Test, 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 test. How you guys doing? Art from the A to Z show here. I know some of you guys are coming over from Let Me Explain. We'll get to that. For those of you who really want to see Let Me Explain, he's here. He's somewhere in the building. He'll come out in a bit. But for those of you guys who are watching, big shout out to you, all of you guys in the chat. See you right here. This is the weekly after show, the A to Z after show, where I look back at the week, look at the videos that we made. Look at some upcoming stuff, but most importantly, always answer your guys' questions in the chat. So thank you guys, for those of you guys who are watching. As you know, this is brought to you by the patrons over there, the beautiful patrons. Let me pop them up right here, as I mentioned them. All these beautiful people right here for just $1 a month. Okay, for just $1 a month, they help out. And all of these, if you've never seen any of these before, like you know, I bring it up every week. For those of you who do watch, I archive them always over there on Patreon for just $1. Try to get early videos up there. There's actually some other stuff over there as well. There's this lens feature that I've been using here and there, but I think like everybody needs to have the app to use that. So if you are on Patreon, so for those of you who do watch this on Patreon, download the app, because I actually do try to update some stuff on the lens thing. It's like Snapchat, but for patrons, almost, in a sense. There's also the Discord, which, as you can see from the thumbnail, that's something that I was going to start over there. I've never used Discord. I've heard people talk about it so many times, and Patreon kind of has it as a plugin. So I was thinking for the patrons over there, again, literally, I see Patreon as just like a tipping jar type of thing. So I was going to do a Discord to kind of have like, if those of you who remember IMDb threads before they were like canceled, kind of make it like that. So every week with a new release or whatever the topic is, kind of have like a Patreon Discord over there. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, let me know. But like I said, yeah, the lens feature, the Discord thing, all of these archived, all thanks to the patrons over there for just $1 a month help. We're like halfway through to the trivia thing that I'm really excited to bring back. So that's going to be really fun. But also over there, I have an upcoming video, the video for this week. It was a video I almost wasn't going to make. Then something happened, so I recorded it. It's going to go up, hopefully tonight on Patreon. If not, it will be up in the morning. We'll see how that turns out. But anyways, yeah, thank you guys for being here. Now let me explain this right here, as I see. Let Me Explain is his twin brother. Yeah, so there's this theory out there that Let Me Explain and I are the exact same person, which is just ridiculous. For those of you who do know, yeah, it's Let Me Explain has come a long way. I still remember we pretty much went like full time with it about at the beginning of January, and like you guys, I appreciate you guys. It's blown up. It's like the perfect way of a lot of movies that I wasn't making like an A to Z show video for, right? For those of you who kind of get the gist of the A to Z show, of like talking about something, almost like in a show video essay type format, what you can learn from it. I was like, I have nothing to say about Jurassic World. And what I learned from Jurassic World. What, that a bigger movie can be made? I have nothing to say about, I don't know, a bunch of the other movies that come out, so I figured, hey, it's a perfect way to put it there. So, this past week, Gotti came out. And for whatever dumb reason, I was like, yo, you know what I should do? Let me just make a video where I do a face reveal, because people kept asking for face reveals, not knowing that, we're twins. So I decided to do that, and people were, like, really excited. So, supposedly, people wanted me to do a live stream, so as Iron Man would have said, I am Let Me Explain. So yeah, no, but thank you guys. Let Me Explain is completely blown up, and it's really helped out with the A to Z show. I know I didn't post that much last week, but the whole point is I kind of want to get the A to Z show to a place where I've had this goal for it, where I kind of want it to be a show. I kind of want to have other people's perspectives in movies. I want to have sketches. I want to have skits. I want it to be like a 15-minute weekly or whatever it is type of segment that I have on there. For the next couple of months, it still kind of be the same, you know, here in this room doing the same type of videos. But that's something that I've been trying to push the A to Z show to be. Let Me Explain has really helped that out. So thank you guys for watching that, and thank you guys for watching the A to Z show, and thank you guys for watching the one video that's out of Hear Me Out, but I promise that there's going to be more. So yeah. Jurassic World. I'll get a little bit into Jurassic World. So, I liked it. I'll have you guys, whatever you guys' opinions are in the chat. I thought Jurassic World wasn't that bad. I know some people hated the thing. They thought it was atrocious. They thought it was the most horrible thing in the world. It's about dinosaurs coming back from the dead. So, I wasn't expecting anything else. I wasn't expecting them to rip off another trilogy that's out there. I won't spoil it for those of you guys who haven't seen it. Have a Let Me Explain on that. But it wasn't the worst thing. Is it as good as Gotti? Keep messing it up. Is it as good as Gotti? Absolutely not. But, Bryce looks fantastic, better than the first movie. I'm very curious to see where they're going to take the next one, but I'm more curious what the next trilogy is going to be. Everyone's doing that, right? Star Wars had the original trilogy, then they had the prequel trilogy, they got this new trilogy, and they're already planning, I don't know if they've canceled that one, they're already planning that other trilogy with the director that everybody loves. So I don't know if like they have the Park series, Jurassic Parks, Jurassic Worlds. My theory is they're taking it up in space, so I don't know. I didn't mind it as much because I already knew it was dumb. Like if the memo was to go in there without turning off your brain, I ain't even bring the batteries to put into the back of my mind. I just went in there just expecting something dumb, and that's exactly what I thought it was. So, Hereditary should not be a trilogy. That'd be atrocious. But yeah, I didn't think Jurassic World was that bad. The same thing, I know some people went to go watch Incredibles 2, and that's what I talked about last week in the live stream. Gotti as well. Dang it, I keep messing it up. Gotti came out, which again I have a let me explain up on that one. If you guys don't know the Gotti stuff, I'd explain it all here, but like I said, I had that whole video on there. It's a masterpiece. I always tell you, movies are sometimes better with everything surrounding the background than the movie itself, and it's genius. So I'll answer some of you guys' questions here. For any of you guys who are on the chat, which again, thank you if you're on the chat. If you're watching this in the future, like I said, I do archive them on Patreon, but for like the first 24 hours, I keep it up here for those of you, you know, your dollar is precious. You can keep your dollar. If you're here on time, your dedication means just as much to me. What upcoming movie are you most excited about? I think I get this question every week. I always say Searching because I've seen it, so I am excited to see it. The Cloverfield, Not Cloverfield movie, as I always say as well. What are your thoughts on Leave No Trace? I saw it at the Chicago Critics Film Festival. And it's okay. A lot of people compared it to Captain Fantastic. I wanted it to be a little bit better. It's one of those movies that you go in there and you just contemplate the scenario. I thought the girl was fantastic. That's the biggest thing that I got out of the movie. I can't wait to see what else she has in store for her. Let's see. So now if it's bad, it's good. Yeah, yo, some movies are so bad, it literally loops around and becomes good, in my opinion. It's like if the Rotten Tomatoes score went down to 0, and if it gets in the negatives, it might pop back up at the 100. Do you think that Starship Troopers should have a remake or a part 2? Either or. I know Starship Troopers, a lot of people think it's a bad movie. Yeah, it kind of is. But it's also like an allegory about like World War II. So if they do a remake or a reboot or whatever it is, I don't know what the allegory would be for today's times and if people would accept that, but if they have the balls to do it, go ahead. Let's see. Are you going to do a video on Nas? Yes, I was actually just... So what I had playing in the beginning, as I was told, I was getting my hair ready. What I was playing at the beginning was this cool mix. I'll probably tweet it out, but it keeps getting like... I had to download it because some dude, and I can't remember his name, let me pull it up at the beginning of the thing. Lido, I think is his name. He made a Kids Love Ghosts remix of like songs from Ye, a little bit of Nas maybe, and Kids See Ghosts, and I thought it was fantastic. So I am going to be doing a video on Nas over on Hear Me Out. I'm getting some help with that channel. It's the reason why I haven't boosted out, but some of you liked it. I'm doing the whole visualizer. Sukin's over there. For those of you who are keeping up with the A to Z mythology, yes, that would be the older brother. Then there's me, and there's a twerp that's Let Me Explain. Have you seen Hearts Be Loud? No, I actually missed that at Sundance. I had tickets to see it, I think, and then we swapped it out for something else. I can't remember what movie it was, but I am excited to see it, and I think it's out in the city in Chicago, so definitely. Got in a little late. Did you already talk about the Discord? Yeah, I'll be doing the Discord over on Patreon. It's like a little plugin that they put in there. I've never done a Discord, so any advice or how it works or threads, definitely let me know over there on Patreon. Like I said, Patreon's just the tipping jar for me, so literally just $1 gets you all the extra stuff, including these videos and everything else. But it's something that I think would be interesting to kind of have like a discussion board. Like if we want to get into spoilers, to have a whole thread about Jurassic World where we can vent or something else. Because the comment sections in the videos are dope. And please keep commenting on the videos. But I think having like a personal thread with you guys would be pretty dope. Or I think it's almost like a message board as well. Let's see. Can you explain Fight Club? No, because you're not allowed to talk about it. Where are you from? In terms of where I live? Chicago. So how good is Searching? I haven't heard much about it, but it has mediocre reviews. A lot of the reviews that I've heard, and I always say this, just because I love it, Searching's my favorite of the year. It doesn't mean it has to be your favorite of the year. I really liked Hereditary. All I can say is look for Hereditary. Then if you might not like it, maybe you do. For me, I like it because of the way that it plays with that specific type of, the medium of being able to tell the whole story on screen. A lot of the mediocre, the reviews saying that it's mediocre, which is fine. You don't have to like it. I think I've seen that a lot of them come with it talking about it being a gimmick because of Unfriended, and I hate that Unfriended has a second movie coming out. So a lot of, you know what I mean? Like when Coco came out, people just said it was a ripoff of The Book of Life, and I'm like, there can't be two movies about. It's like 20 million movies on Christmas, 2 on the Day of the Dead. All of a sudden, it's a ripoff. This does it better than Unfriended, and I think there's a whole story to it. As I have said, and even the director has said, I did an interview with him that I'll be releasing on the Intercut podcast page. Again, all linked down below. The beginning is Pixar's Up if it was a Google commercial. Home movies on a computer, iPhone stuff. I think it's genius. What did you think of the new Lecrae album? It's kind of cheesy. Okay, so I have a video on Lecrae coming out, and that I have. I will have a Hear Me Out, Hear Me Out, just a track by track thing. But I definitely have one coming out for the A to Z show, and it's going to be titled "The Irony in Christian Rap." I have a lot to say, so I'm going to save it for the video. But I kind of see with you. I don't know if you're like me, where you listen. I've been listening to Lecrae since after the music stops, since Rebel. He's a good Christian rapper who then wanted to, and I agree with this, get out of the Christian rap thing, right? Like there's rock groups and there's Christian rock. There's movies and there's Christian movies where they put themselves, they box themselves in a genre. My thing with Lecrae is that I kind of get what he's doing, but I don't know if you're like me where you listen to some of the songs and you're like, yo, this is straight up. You listen to a song and all of a sudden I'm hearing Nav. I'm like, okay, this is Nav. This is Migos. I hear a lot of his music and I'm like, what happened to your old style? It's okay. If he's copying other people's style, I feel like he does it the best out of a bunch of other rappers who do that. So I don't donate to Patreon, but I can help moderate and set up the Discord because I have some experience with it. Definitely, we can talk about that later. Just tweet at me. What is your favorite movie snack? Well, I like chicken tenders. Chicken tenders is an exquisite food. We'll have that at my wedding, divorce party, all of that. Any place that sells chicken tenders, I definitely love eating chicken tenders. What is your favorite? Hereditary was incredible. Yes, dope. Favorite Chi-Town eats for movies. Like I said, well, I don't know if you mean like if you're in the Chicagoland area, definitely go to Hollywood Palms or Hollywood Boulevard. I prefer Hollywood Palms. You sit down. Not everyone's doing it, but this was like the OG. You sit down, recliners now, and they come and they take your order, and it's like legit. They have like the Terminator burger, Freddy fingers of the chicken tenders. So if you're in Chicago, definitely go there. Will you review older albums and their impact on the industry? Perhaps. Like, if I get enough, like, I always like taking requests, and I was told, listen to Flatbush Zombies, JPEG Mafia, and I've tried. Someone told me to listen to Death Grips. I don't know how to listen to Death Grips, but usually, to make a video, the more that I hear people, like, recommending, and I was like, all right, that's definitely something that I want to cover. Because I do get a lot of recommendations, so usually I have to, like, spare it out to whatever gets popped up the most. Thoughts on Injury Reserve. They're fantastic. Their last album last year, I started listening to it before I made that video of my top 10. They're really good. 3 Times Boom, I think was a song. I had that on repeat completely. Did you watch Luke Cage Season 2? No. I just saw the dabbing thing that he starts in the first episode, and I was like, maybe I'm going to spend my time rewatching Westworld for my video. What's your thoughts on sex offenders make great films like Annie Hall? Well, I have a video tomorrow kind of brushing that. I think that you still have to if you don't like a movie and you don't like the people who are behind it, don't watch it. I mean, that's a case-by-case basis, but I also like to think that there's a bunch of other people who worked on the film, sometimes 400 plus, and I like supporting them and what they're doing. Have you seen Summer 1993? It's great. I have not. I saw Summer of 1985, which was a horror movie that came out at Sundance, and I thought that was pretty good. From 1 to 10, how hype are you for Aquaman? 7. Is Alamo a good theater? If you mean Alamo Drafthouse down in Texas, I think they're pretty good. I like the environment down there. I've been to the one in New York, and I've been to the one in Dallas, Texas, and they're pretty fun. Let's see. Jennifer, shout out to you. Thank you for that. What is Discord? You got my dollar. Well, Discord is supposed to be like, it's like imagine Facebook Messenger combined with a Reddit thread, combined with like the IMDb Messenger stuff. It's a little confusing at first, but it's supposed to be like a thread, like a one-on-one messaging thing where people can just comment. And I don't know too much about it, but a lot of people are always up on it, so that's definitely something that I want to start. And we'll learn it together. But pretty much it opens it up for better communication, just talking about certain topics and stuff. What's your favorite Netflix original movie? Maybe Beasts of No Nation, because I'm a big fan of the director. Do you really have a twin brother? Yes, he owns Let Me Explain, and I have an older brother who runs Hear Me Out. Do you like The Dark Knight? No, it's a terrible movie that I've seen like 20 times. Let's be honest, XXXTentacion's music is trash, but now that he died, people act like he is one of the greatest. I don't think his music is trash, but I agree with you that there are a lot of people, which again, I have a video coming out tomorrow, that wanted to hype on it. I agree that a lot of people hype on him, be it the music or just his personality, just because he passed away and became trending. How do you feel about Toy Story 4? I don't think the Toy Story franchise has made a bad movie. I hope 4 doesn't ruin that. Which Shrek movie is the best out of the series? Mine is... No, it's Shrek 2. Discord is like a big group chat. Yeah, exactly. It's like a big group chat, but I think you get like sub chats as well and stuff like that, so it should be cool. Without incriminating yourself, do you smoke weed? No, it is illegal in the state of Illinois. Is Bobby Tarantino 1 better than 2? A lot of people think so. I like the production in 2. A lot of people disagree, but yeah, it's just me. I really like the Netflix movie 1922. Have you seen that one? If that's the Stephen King one, I have. I thought it was okay. I thought it dragged a bit, but it was okay. What do you think of NF stuff? He's definitely broken into the mainstream a lot more. I had tickets to go see NF, Logic, and Kyle. A lot of people would see those as the corny. If there's the Cornetto trilogy, they would be the corny trilogy. I don't mind any of them. I like NF's music. My only thing with NF is that he still always plays on that persona of, oh man, people doubted me, people doubted me, people doubted me. You're in your like 4th album already, man. I get it. He's got the angst factor going, and that's what a lot of people like about him. And I do think he has good stuff. But his most recent song, Wow Good, has that whole thing, and I might make a video on him. Has that whole thing where he takes like the A flow or something, and he's like, this isn't even my flow, but I'm bothering it. But I'm borrowing it. And then like later on he's like, and I'm back at this flow. It's not mine, but look at how I'm using it. It's a little weird, but yeah. Are my comments blocked? If I read that, that's no. Seen Twin Peaks, still catching up on the original before, like I said, I mentioned this before, I finally realized I have Showtime, so I'll be able to see the new stuff. What's your favorite movie based on a book? My favorite movies based off books aren't even like actually based off books. The Shining, Shawshank are based off books, but they completely go the opposite way. How do you feel about Logic's music? I like it, but I have a whole video on how I think he relies a little bit too much on inspiration, if you will. What is the most out there idea you've had for a movie you've wanted to see? What is the most out there idea you've had? As in like for a video or just the most out there movie? Because the most out there movie would probably be, for this year, Sorry to Bother You. Comes out in 2 weeks, and I'm definitely going to be... I'm going to start the show by letting you guys know about it, but Sorry to Bother You probably is a standout for me. Why are my comments blocked? I don't know. I tried blocking them, man, but I could still read them. When does it become one sequel too many? When you just start... When you see the actors of the franchise not even want to be there, especially in interviews, then you kind of know. What brand of shoe is your favorite? I used to always think that Nike was like Coke over Pepsi over Adidas, but Adidas right now, it's on it. Thoughts on Russ? I do think he's talented, but he's also so corny that it kind of ruins his reputation. That's, I think, something that Wale and something that Vic Mensa also have. They're talented individuals that ruin it with their own persona, in my opinion. Which Karate Kid series is the best? Mine is, I think, you said the one with Jaden Smith. Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai out on YouTube Red. Definitely. Are you and Let Me Explain the same person? We are the same bloodline. You should make a movie about the story of your brothers and you. Maybe one day. It'll be a YouTube Red original series. Excited for the house that Jack built? Yeah, I'm always excited for every movie that comes out, for the most part. even the ones that I think are going to be terribly bad. I'm just curious to see what a new movie has to offer. What are your favorite video games? Last of Us. I know a lot of people don't like the David Cage stuff like Heavy Rain, but I do like that stuff. Then why weren't my previous comments about the trailer for the Spidget movie on my channel showing up? Well, YouTube does a spam thing. So, my buddy, if you're doing a lot of spam, that's not me. That's YouTube letting you know you gotta chill. Is it true you haven't seen any Harry Potter movies? I've seen bits and pieces, but I've never sat down and seen the whole trilogy. At first, I joked about it. I'm gonna binge them because I'm gonna be going to Orlando. I have that whole road trip that I mentioned before that I'll be talking about. So I'll be going to like different cities. So let me know if any of you guys have any recommendations on stuff in the East Coast. Creed 2 thoughts? I love Creed. I love Rocky. Yeah, I'm excited for that for sure. Are you gonna see the Meg? Don't know if I want to or not. I'll definitely be catching up. You know that Let Me Explain will be up there for you and let you decide. Are you and Let Me Explain the same person? I mean, there's theories out there. If you had to make a movie, what genre or type of movie would you make and who would you star? Thrillers, definitely. Jake Gyllenhaal definitely would be up there. You excited for Uncle Drew? Sure. You sound like Alex Myers. The YouTuber? He's fantastic. He makes good stuff. And I really like that whole shift that he made from like these really like heavy video essay videos to just these more fun, sporadic stuff with his animation. I think he does really good stuff. Hey man, emailed you a few days ago about Need to Breathe. I encourage you to check out our new album by Ben called Drive. I'm intrigued to hear your opinion about him. Yeah, always feel free to email me, DM me on Twitter. A lot of you also choose Instagram, Facebook, yeah, all the different stuff. I always like hearing different recommendations and such. Do you agree Scott Adkins is the B-movie's new Van Damme? Yes! Yes, I would agree. And he's not bad. He just makes a lot of B-movies. Have you seen The 400 Blows? Yes. It's a very good movie. The cinematography is fantastic. If you had to be in an adventure movie, what would it be? Something with The Rock? Something with The Rock. Favorite Von Trier film? Lars Von Trier? Dancer in the Dark, only because that's like the most recent one that I've seen that I can think of. Maybe that. Do you like Jaden Smith's rap? I think Jaden Smith definitely yes and no. Like, he has the same flow for everything that he does, but he also takes advantage of his nepotism and the fact that he has so many connections, so I can't blame him for that. He's interesting. He's interesting. Amy Adams or Jessica Chastain? Bryce over both of them, though. So do I get that Patreon for free art for getting you a subscriber? For free art? Well, I don't do the free art thing anymore, but thank you. Will you do an analysis video on Shane Carruth's movie? Don't know what he's been up to. Makes a movie every decade. Shane Carruth is dope. Maybe, but Shane Carruth, like the last movie that he made on a GH, I think it was a GH2, like primer, all of the stuff that he's made. He's a big inspiration for indie people, independent artists. You're coming to Orlando, I got you with all the good spots. Hey, for sure, dude. Definitely, hit me up. You and Let Me Explain should do a collab. One day, that dude's just stuck up on himself. All of a sudden, he blows up and he doesn't want to talk to people. Watch the Alfonso Cuarón Harry Potter, but that's the one I'm most excited about. That's the one. Shout out to the guys over at Breaking Banter. He had just tweeted out that he was binging all the movies and he was hyping that one up so much. And I know that's the one that gets hyped up a lot. So that's the one I'm most excited to see when I do it. I have Twitter notifications turned on for you. Hey, shout out to you. Dwayne Johnson or Dwayne. Favorite classic foreign film? Classic. Suspiria definitely, I think is considered a foreign film, so I'm going to say that. I think it's considered. How short are you? Dude, I'm like, I'd be cast in the remake for Willy Wonka. Have you went to Disneyland? I went to Disneyland last summer. I'll be going to Disney World this summer at the end of it, too, because I'm excited for Toy Story Land. Bro, come on. I always mess it up. Toy Story Land with the Woody right there. Bro, for real, I love your channel, but can you give your thoughts on the alternative personality Cal Chesta and his mixtape? They're great. They're gonna own the game. He's taking over. You hold on. You and Let Me Explain are like Donald Glover and Childish Gambino. Those are the comparisons right there. It's that multiple personality thing, right? You could say Marshall Mathers and Eminem. whatever it is, it's just content, dude. It's just a different perspective to cover content. That's the way that I see it. That's what I like making for you guys. Just different ways to cover content. Maybe you want the A to Z show that talks about something important. Sometimes you just want to let me explain. It's just chilling out. Would you ever wear a dress? Who says I haven't? What do you think of the trailer Welcome to Marwen? I actually have not seen it. Why didn't they invite you to YouTube Rewind? They said I wasn't good enough. What's your advice for making a film? Make a movie with the people who you trust the most and have fun making it. The cast and crew are the most important process of doing it. Will you do more streams after this? I do one every Monday. You can check it out here. They're all archived down below on Patreon for just $1. Have you seen First to Kill My Father? I haven't, but if it's any good, which people need, let me know about it. I haven't seen it. I've had no interest in seeing it because her other movies haven't really, like, I don't know, enticed me. Did you like The Fox and the Hound? It's a great Disney movie. What is underrated Disney movie that you would like? Or that I like? I feel like almost every Disney movie isn't underrated. But I would say that Monsters University gets more hate than it should. Have you already talked about it? But if not, when are you posting the favorite sports movie video? Oh, good point. So, I missed it for this week just because I was busy with other stuff. But that's definitely going to be the one for the upcoming week because I know the soccer stuff is still going on. And Uncle Drew comes out, which is a sports movie. So it's going to tie in exactly with that. Godfather or The Room? I'm on the fence. Well, it's The Room, but Godfather 2 is like right underneath it. I've been binging LME. What is your favorite video from him? His Gotti one was okay, but I'm going to have to sue him for impersonating me. Do you listen to music in Spanish? And if so, what are some genres and artists you listen to? When it comes to, like, Despacito 2, there you go. That's what it is. ¿Cuál es tu película favorita? Space Jam. You already know it. It's Space Jam. Dwayne Johnson and The Rock, are you an LME? Have you been to Universal Studios? I have not. Like, I cannot remember, like, ever even going to Universal Studios, so I am pumped to go in Orlando. If any tips and tricks to make it in there, definitely let me know what to hit up. What is your favorite Pixar film? Always Toy Story, Finding Nemo. Where do you think LeBron's going to go? Back to his $1 million mansion, definitely. But I don't know where he's going to go. I don't think he's going to stay with the Cavs, though. See where we at. Answer a couple more, and then I'm going to go finish the videos for you guys for this upcoming week. Let's see. If you have to rate Hereditary 1 out of 10, what would it be? 9 for me. 9 for me after watching it twice. Who is cuter? You or Let Me Explain. And would you beat him up? I can't beat him up. He's a cartoon. And because he's a cartoon, maybe he's better looking. What's your favorite coming-of-age movie? Edge of 17 is pretty good. Kings of Summer is pretty good. Those are the two that come to mind, so I would say those two. I recommend Bare Knuckle Fight Club. It's a 3-part documentary on UK Bare Knuckle Fight Club. If it's on Netflix, I might check it out. Do you know K-pop? Absolutely not. Do you watch Better Call Saul? I haven't finished the first season. Got to catch up with the new ones. So, if it's good and I've heard people do like it, then I might definitely check it out. I just haven't. After the first season, I wasn't like... I thought it was good. I didn't think it was bad. I just didn't fully follow it. We know you love Boyhood. Yes. Definitely don't despise Boyhood. Cubs or Sox? Cubs! All the way. So I know sometimes you guys can't see it fully, but all of these right here... I throw Perry down. They're all Cubs stuff. Cubs. This one's just a black one. And then this one has like Wrigley Field on it. So for those of you who watch the live stream and now you get this little like extra tidbit right here. These I've had since like, shoot. I've had these since like 6th grade. Like, I mean, and I'll talk about it obviously more in the sports video, but like growing up, Sandlot. That was the big thing right there, the Sandlot. So yeah, you know, with the new setup, that's definitely something that I've always wanted to do, is just like have stuff around here that just speak to stuff. So the stuff of me growing up, obviously comics. I don't know if you guys can see the Forest Hill Drive thing that's right here. It's like the Spider-Man Forest Hill Drive thing that I got from like the Comic-Cons. On top of that, it's obviously Brigsby Bear was my favorite movie of last year. Gotti, which is the best movie of this year. You know, different stuff like that. So long way to answer your question, but yes, Cubs. Cubs 1000%. Dude, I love LME Chill Vibe. His channel is super underrated. I thought he had like at least 1 million. I'm going to tell you right now, Let Me Explain is going to pass the A to Z show. It's really weird to pass up yourself. Like, I disappoint myself, and I don't know to be disappointed or like happy. It's weird. Whiplash is the best coming of age story. Yeah, for sure. That can definitely be seen. Moonlight or La La Land? I love them both, but I've actually seen Moonlight more than La La Land, but I own La La Land. I love La La Land. I don't think La La Land's bad, even if you don't like jazz. Bro, you like Space Jam, but not the cult classic Puss in Boots? There's no humans in Puss in Boots. Would you ever be in a horror movie, and how would you die in a horror movie, or would you survive? Nah, I want to go out cold. I want to be like the one who saves people. I want people to come out crying after I make this like heroic act. Or I'm the killer. I don't know. That's on the Netflix series Wild Wild Country. It's pretty good. Shelby, bye, or Shelbia. It's about the Cambodia War during 19... Oh, I read the book. I just haven't seen the movie. If you know about Flash War, what do you think... Who do you think will be the Flash? Barry Allen or Wally West? I haven't caught up with the animated stuff, if that's what that's about. Baseball or football? Baseball. I'm sorry. Baseball's my passion right there. Universal Studios in Hollywood is simple and classic. The other is huge. Yeah, I didn't go to the one when I was in California, so I'll definitely be going to the one in Orlando just because of how big it is. People have told me that it's massive, that it's huge. Definitely worth seeing. What part of Mexico is your family from? Durango and Guadalajara. Thoughts on the Shape of Water novelization? I didn't even know there was a novelization. Are you excited for Sorry to Bother You? Caught it at Sundance. I'm excited for you guys to see it because this is one of those movies that's so weird. You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. But I just want you guys to give it a chance because it's... Sometimes you see a weird movie and you're going to be like, all right, I'm vibing with this. Other times you're like, I like this weird movie, but this one doesn't do it for me. This one did it for me, so I'm excited to see where you guys fall on it. First season of Glow is fantastic. It is great. Are you going to make a Let Me Explain about the recent Netflix original movie Set It Up? I don't think so. I saw it. It was cute. But I'll definitely be bringing it up in the monthly wrap-up coming up this week. You like baseball? Watch the No No documentary. For sure, I'll add it on there. What would be your porn name? It's either a play on the A to Z show or a play on Let Me Something. The Thanos kill you. Nah, baby, I'm here. Do you watch Always Sunny? Sporadically. I haven't sat down to binge it yet. Have you heard of Sweet Country? If it's Sweet Sweet Country, the Netflix one, yes. You like the White People Save Jazz movie? It's good. It's not bad. Is Brigsby Bear better than sex? Oh, I see a Double Toasted fan right here. Yes, for me it is. Let's see. What is a movie you'll never review? I don't know. I feel like I cover everything in some sense. Maybe I don't make a full-length, a dedicated video for one thing, but I usually will talk about everything, however it is. If there's a movie that I wouldn't review, and I'm always big on this, is when you don't like something, don't make like 40 videos on it. Don't cover it. Don't give it attention. So if you ever see me not give something attention, that probably is me standing by saying I don't want to give that thing attention. So there's usually nothing there. It would have to be like something insane. I actually lost sleep because I was pondering with myself whether you and Elamir are the same person. I'm sorry to hear that. Your family's from Durango. Oh, shouts out to you, man. What was the most overrated Best Picture nod from last year? Not Dunkirk, but the other one, The Darkest Hour, I think. Sorry to Bother You doesn't have you. Dang, Kai. Yo, that sucks. You just gotta come to the States, man. You gotta come to the States. Speaking of weird movies, have you seen The Lobster? Yes, I have. And if you do like The Lobster, highly recommend The Relation Trip that I mentioned in my last wrap-up. But I would also recommend the movie that he made before The Lobster, which is Dogtooth. Yo, Dogtooth is insane. A lot of people like The Lobster. A lot of people like A Sacred Deer. Dogtooth is where it's at, man. Dogtooth is crazy. How about a video on the best Pixar short films? Ooh, that would be something interesting to cover. I would have to binge them all. Please tell me you're rooting for Mexico in the World Cup. I'm going to be straight with you. By default, yes, but I haven't been watching it. I'm just going to be straight with you. Have you seen Captain Underpants? Just saw it last night on Netflix. Love the books as a kid. I love the books as a kid. I think the movie's pretty good. But I'm that dude. I'm sorry, the books are better. You got the flip-orama with the books. You know what I mean? Let me explain. There you go. You got it. Change your poster. Do I like the Tiana Taylor album is fantastic. I actually think it's very good. I think like he switched some stuff from the listening party because I definitely love the vibe at the listening party, but I still think it's pretty good. On my playlist, which I always have down below, if you want to follow my playlist, the one on Apple's always updated a bit more than the one on Spotify. Let me search it up over here because I do have that playlist right here. It's just call it the A to Z playlist. or the A to Z set list. Rose in Harlem is my favorite. I don't know if you guys can see this stuff right there. Rose in Harlem. Obviously, Reborn's up there on the top, but I definitely love Rose in Harlem. That's the one that I love the most. Solo or Rogue One? Solo. Do you still use MoviePass or prefer the new AMC Pass? Now, that's definitely something that's going to get its whole video. Obviously, I have the sponsorship with Marcus, so they hook it up with tickets there. But anytime that I'm watching, like, independent movies that aren't out yet, usually it's like I use the MoviePass for the Century Evanston. I still like going to a variety of different theaters with different things. Depending on the movies that they host, the Music Box, MoviePass covers all those. But the AMC one is going to be very interesting. I definitely see MoviePass as the Napster of the movie industry. They're like the first to cover it, but they are not going to be the Spotify at the end of it, and I don't think they realize that. There's going to be a lot of other people. I think it's going to come to a point that just like we have a Showtime, HBO, Hulu, Netflix subscription, we're going to have subscriptions to different theaters, so you're going to have to pick and choose. Do you want to get the stuff for AMC? Do you want to get the stuff for this? And once every movie theater has their own, what's MoviePass going to do? They're just going to be who cares about, you know what I mean? Like, think of Hulu. Think of Netflix. Hulu and Netflix were at one point just licensing different stuff. Now what does Netflix have the most of? Original series. So when you're subscribed to Netflix, it's not really going to be for all the Disney movies out there because Disney's going to get their own thing. All Netflix is about at this point in time is creating their own original stuff. So why would AMC at its theaters care to give any business to MoviePass? And once Regal has theirs and once Marcus has theirs, that's how I think it's going to go. So definitely. Coffee or tea? Coffee. Yo, Nespresso. I'm just waiting for that Nespresso sponsorship. Yo, Nespresso all the way. Coffee all the way. Favorite nickname for Chicago? Windy City. Always Windy City. Or The Shy. Let's see. ¿Cuál es la película gran? Like, the biggest movie? Do you suck? What is the best and what is the worst Adam Sandler movie in your opinion? Oh man, there's so much. I think his best acted would definitely be Punch Drunk Love. I really hate Jack and Jill, so yeah. Thoughts on In Bruges? Pretty good. Well, let me explain Date Me, or is he married? He's a cartoon, so he can't, like, you can't even, he's an animated 2D figure. If you could have any movie prop, what would it be? Oh, I don't know if there's a movie prop for like telekinesis. That would definitely be it. But maybe the neuralizer from Men in Black. Thoughts on Scott Pilgrim vs. the World? It's my favorite out of his stuff. Do you like I liked XXXTentacion's music. What is the name for a fan of you? An A to Zer? An Arturista? If you can come up with a good one, because I don't have one. I don't have one for I don't like calling it fans. I just like calling it like viewers. I see you guys as people who I can discuss movies with, but I don't have a name. I really don't. So if you can come up with a good one, definitely let me know. Tweet it at me, DM me with it, or let me know in the comments. Do you like buddy movies like the Blues Brothers? I do. Sheesh, what would a good buddy movie be? I'm trying to look at my collection up there. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That's a classic right there. Thoughts on the cast of it? All of them are great. Every single one that comes out is fantastic. You can follow me on Twitter. I've been like up to date with that bad boy right there. The A to Z. Do you like anime? And if you do, Naruto or Dragon Ball Z. I'm not the biggest on anime. I don't have anything against it. I just haven't sat down because it's really hard to watch. So I know people keep recommending My Hero Academia, I think is what it's called. Bro, it's like 50 episodes in season 2. So I definitely want to catch up on it. I'm going to say Dragon Ball Z because I did watch that growing up, but it's just so daunting. I want to get into it. It's just so daunting. Movie theaters will never die out. I'm going to go through these real quick. Like I said, I was supposed to dip out, but I just started answering you guys' questions. What is your favorite Wes Anderson film? The one where they're camping. How's your day? Pretty good. How's yours? How's your summer vacation so far? Pretty good. Getting excited for the road trip at the end. Thoughts on Monster Calls? Pretty good. Least favorite Paul Thomas Anderson movie? Maybe Inherent Vice. 21st Century Fox will go to Comcast or Disney. I'm hoping Disney. I wish I was cousins with a cartoon. Just saw Hereditary. Thanks for scaring the crap out of me. Hey, you're welcome. But I ain't scared out of you. They did. If you could film the co-equal to any movie, what would it be? The co-equal to any movie? You mean like remake The Last Jedi? The Explainies. No, I am not Darkness Latifa. I thought Hereditary was a terrible, overhyped movie. No joke. Hey, that's okay. Whatever stands out to you, definitely let me know. What inspired you to make a YouTube channel reviewing movies? Just the fact that I was watching so many movies and I wanted my thoughts out there. Biggest inspiration was that guy at Blockbuster who recommends movies to you, to be that guy online. Any music recommendations? All the Yay album, Kids See Ghosts for me recently. Fan name suggestion, Guido Boys. I don't know about that. Do you watch One Punch Man? Have not. Bad Times at El Royale and Widows are the movies I'm most excited for. I'm excited for those too. I've only seen like 10 seconds of the trailers and I've like turned them off. You should listen to JPEG Mafia. I have. Your fan should be called the A to Z Lovers. Have you seen Death Note? Anime. The American Death Note. I've seen some of the Death Note anime and I think it's pretty good. Is a Wes Anderson film where they camp? Yes, it is. Let's see. I'll answer a couple more. I'm just getting into older movies, 2010s. What is a good top 5 starter kit? Dude, older Christopher Nolan stuff. Like Memento, that stuff's pretty good. The ATBers. Let's see. Have you watched the award-winning TV show La Familia Peluche? Yes, I have. What are must-watch movies? You're going to find out in a week. And then last but not least, Lord of the Ring. Or Harry Potter. I'm going to say Lord of the Rings. Some of you I know definitely love Harry Potter, and I'll definitely be doing a Let Me Explain franchise thing on Harry Potter because I'll be going to Orlando Studios, which you can follow me on Instagram, you can follow me on Twitter. I'm going to be putting up something over there on what place I'm going to be hitting up in the East Coast. Any recommendations you guys have, so you can definitely let me know there. Again, big shout out to the patrons for helping out. Like I said, I do these every Monday, so if you just want to chat, I try to read as many of you guys' questions as I can, get parts, and I got to go drink like a gallon of water. But I have some videos coming up for you guys down below, everything. You can see my music diary, which is Hear Me Out. You can see my movie diary, which is Let Me Explain. You can definitely go follow my playlist of what I'm listening to. You can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on Instagram. A bunch of stuff, just trying to create more content for you guys. Thank you guys for checking out Let Me Explain, Hear Me Out, for watching the A to Z show. Thank you guys who sponsor it on Patreon. I'm just grateful. Thank you guys. Like it's been pretty crazy the last few months that they've been blowing up. So I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. And I have a lot more videos to make for you guys. If not, I would continue this live stream for like 2+ hours. But thank you. Let me know any recommendations down below. And until next time, I will see you guys later.